Hey guys, so here's gonna be a quick video because it's been a little while since I did one and didn't want to go by without doing a video, even though it's that time of year where I get sick and have no voice. But hopefully it's good enough to do this. So this is all like super low price stuff. Um, I'll start here with these are things of value that you might be able to find at a dollar store. Here in Canada, we have a store called Dollarama where we can find these. So, um, yeah, some valuable stuff here for cheap. These I found actually in a back lane, walking in a back lane. They were left out for the trash, a box of them. A lot of them were water damaged, unfortunately, but these are the ones that I could save. These ones here are from a thrift store, and lastly, just a few from an online local auction. Okay, let's go. Okay, so firstly, here in Canada, we have a store called Dollarama, where a lot of things are like, it's based, it used to be everything's a dollar, but with inflation, things go up a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But, they have like a magazine and book section where I think the most expensive books are $5, but you can find some weird comic hardcovers there. Um, Here are some New Gods hardcovers. Looking at the price, where is that again? Yeah, there's like UK and Australia and New Zealand. So I don't know how it found its way to here to Canada, but this is a good value. New Gods Part 1. Weird, like UK and Australia pressing. Here's Part 2. Some of these can actually go for even like $50 or more online on Amazon and whatnot. Um, Here's some Plastic Man, Volume 6, some 1940s reprints, another hardcover, right? These are the DC Archive editions. I understand a lot of these can be valued $20 at least, even like 50, 80, 100, 150, getting crazy like that. Um, Maybe not all of them, but select ones can. These should be valuable at least a bit. These Plastic Man, Series of Plastic Man Archives Volume 6. And yeah, I'm not like a big speculator, but if you can, and I'll share this knowledge with you guys, if you can get this stuff and flip it, why not? It might actually be worth your time and effort if it's that much of a profit, right? So, Plastic Man Volume 7. These are for keeping, though. Here's one that probably is worth a decent amount of money. I don't know, let me know, guys, if you know. But, Archive Edition Superman Volume 2. This reprint stuff from like 1940, I think, even. Getting these hardcovers. They always just have like miscellaneous trade paperbacks that I guess they're just like overstock from somewhere and then they get them all in some bulk deal or something. But here's a Thor story. This is called For Asgard by Robert Rode and Simone Bianchi. I like Simone Bianchi's art, so yeah, I remember reading this and it wasn't bad. The art is the strong point, though. Absolutely. But I think the guy who wrote this, he's like familiar with Norse mythology and whatnot. Damn, I hate not having a voice, but this is just the way it is. I know now after all these years, every October or November, that this is just what happens, man. So thanks for bearing with me. Try to make this a useful video for you guys. So maybe it's worth the little bit of imperfection. Here's another hardcover Wonder Woman Earth 1. Grant Morrison, Yannick Paquette, and Nathan Fairbairn. This is still wrapped, I haven't read it yet. But Grant Morrison, sure. And Wonder Woman, I'm not very familiar with her, but maybe there's some good stuff out there to read. X-Men Forever, number 2, by Chris Claremont and some other people I'm not familiar with. But as I understand, I've found actually X-Men Forever 1 separately somewhere else. I understand this continues as if as if it's like right where Claremont left off in like 1991 after X-Men issue, what was it, like number 3 or something that he was gone. So I think this just continues right after that. So that's cool. I'm probably gonna actually read all of that and then continue right here. Okay, lastly from the Dollarama place. Actually, there was another one that I got too. Oh yeah, it was like Ultimate Avengers or something hardcover, but I didn't really dig it, so I already sold that one. But Ultimate X by Jeff Loeb and Art Adams. This is cool because man, you gotta love Art Adams. Um, I'm just gonna show a little bit, right? It's Art Adams. I kind of forget what the deal is with all these. Like they don't explicitly state what is this an alternate universe or something or like I can't remember. It's some years since I read this. But I remember it being not a bad read. Like it was pretty fun. And the Art Adams art, like, rules. Here's some kind of cheesecakey Art Adams stuff. All the women are just complete and total babes in this. Uh, yeah, and they have their problems too, of course. Here's kind of like a Nightcrawler, an Angel kind of mashup. I guess I kind of forget. Feel free to let me know if you know what the deal is with this story, but or like the universe or whatever. But if you don't feel like it, maybe I'll just like Google it or some shit. I always say though it's more fun to talk to you guys than it is to talk to Google. So here's some Sabretooth, Art Adams, like alternate universe Sabretooth, looking a little more aged but still vicious. And some Sabretooth versus like this universe's version of a Hulk, I guess. Yeah, this was a fun read. I must say this is going in the to keep pile for that reason. Okay, continuing. Okay, so this next little batch of comics, again, I found like in a box in a back lane when I was just walking there, and you know me, I'm like, oh, these are for the trash, but I'll see if I can save any. They were mostly all water damaged and like maybe even like full of weird dust from a ceiling falling down and caving in, and like kind of that musty smell. But there were some of them that were bagged, and those ones were saved. So let that be a lesson to you to bag your stuff. There was actually issue 1 and 2 of this Star Wars Return of the Jedi that weren't bagged and boarded, but if not, they would have been in much better shape and more valuable. But that's the way it goes. I'm not too worried about it, but it's one of those things where like, oh, that's kind of a shame. Anyways, Star Wars Return of the Jedi number 3. I'll probably just flip these. Number 4. This one wasn't bagged and boarded, but it wasn't too damaged. But I just was like, I'm gonna save this because it's a Frank Miller Spider-Man. This is Frank Miller doing Spider-Man King Size Annual number 14. Who is this with again? Denny O'Neil? Tom Palmer on inks. Okay. And yeah, it's almost the entire issue too, which is cool because usually annuals just have maybe like 3 different stories, but this one seems to be mainly a big long one. And Frank Miller doing Spider-Man. How often do you see that? And you can see here, I guess they even go to CBGB, keeping it old OG. Country bluegrass blues. Is it Spider-Man going to CBGBs or Doc Ock? Maybe Doc Ock is punk. Yeah, just a little more Frank Miller. It's an odd combination, but I'll definitely worth looking at. So this will be interesting. Okay, getting to stuff that isn't very interesting for me, but I did grow up watching this TV series as a kid, like staying up late and shit in the summer. There used to be a block that would be like Alf and Star Trek. You could like stay up in the middle of the night watching those. Anyways, not to digress too much, a big stack of Star Trek comics. You better let me know if you want these and would be willing to pay shipping. You could just have them for free if so. But minus the shipping, that would be for you. But if not, these are gonna get flipped for whatever they're worth. They might not be worth much though. But Star Trek: The Motion Picture #3. Star Trek: The Motion Picture, it's #3, a different version. Like, look, that must one of them must be worth money. I don't know about that. Star Trek #8. These are all Marvel also. #9. I guess it's based on the price tag, 50 cents, mid 80s. #11. #13. #14. #16. Hey, that guy looks kind of cool. #17. #18. Special last issue collector's item. Get it while you can. Star Trek The New Voyages. These are from DC now. #37, 75-cent price tag, so later 80s, I guess. #36, $1. #43, so getting towards 1990-ish about. 44, 45. Oh wait, yeah. 49, 53. A DC movie special, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. The best Star Trek movie, perhaps? Not in my opinion, but some people's possibly. #2, Star Trek The Motion Picture #1. Oh, why is this one back here? This should be back at the beginning, I think. Lastly, from this batch, found for free in a back lane, in a back alley, the Superman family, #206. Okay, moving on. Okay, this next little batch is from a thrift store. I think they were like maybe as low as 25 cents, at the most 50 cents for each of these. The Authority #1 by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. This is kind of a key, I believe. I forget, just because it's relation to Stormwatch or the evolution of like Ultimates kind of shit or something. I know this has nothing to do with Ultimates, but there's some kind of weird connection there. This is a little bit like, it's not in minty shape, but not bad. You know, once in a while, I'll grab a key for 50 cents or something. So, here's Hellblazer #31. Some, like, basically the first 120 issues of Hellblazer are good. There's some good runs after that, too. But, #31, some Jamie Delano and shit on flips. #57, some Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon run here. #58, more the same. 61, Garth Ennis and William Simpson. #100, this Paul Jenkins and Sean Phillips. This might be my favorite run of Hellblazer. It's very good. Spicy Tales, an Oddity Anthology. We've talked about this on a previous episode of our show here. And this reprint's kind of like risque comics from like 50s, 40s, even as early as the 1930s. And yeah, there's just kind of like, what would you call it? Suggestive stuff, always with like a little bit of mild violence or like some kind of BDSM and like bondage type stuff. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, here you can see this. She has like a bunch of whip marks on her back and some butt crack showing. Some of the plumber crack. And yeah, locked up. People have never changed, have they? Polly of the Plains. Little bit of risque stuff here. Run afoul of some ungentlemanly Mexicans here. Fair senorita, you honor my humble abode. If you will not tell me what you want, this little cigarette will. Yep. Bad dude. Diana Daw. You spend most of your time in the powder room trying to chit chat with Diana Daw. That I never knew what that New York Dolls lyric is. I knew it had to be something old. I guess this is her, Diana Daw. She shoots a lion here, and then some natives come along and say, "Caesar and stripper." Here she is stripped, tied to this tree. "White woman, you shall die by the spears of my warriors. You killed the sacred lion of the Kapirs." Then this knight comes along. "Saint Godfrey and Saint George," Diana Daw says, "and to whom, Prince Charming, do I owe my deliverance? Not Prince Charming, fair lady, rather Prince Baldwin at your service." So this is me. I'm a knight, and I rescue naked ladies tied to trees and stuff. Basically, it's not you, it's me, okay, in this story. I don't know what's going through the mind of somebody reading this, but yeah, I was saying before, maybe it's not the interest or novelty isn't enough to make me keep these. Just like the archival kind of like preservation of history, it might not be enough of an imperative to make me keep these, but I'm kind of digging them now. Oh, for a dozen youth marines, she is running around in the country with these natives after she's jumping off of buildings and running around naked, butt ass naked. I guess this is interesting material to read, isn't it? Some kind of witch doctor. She's on an altar, naked, about to be sacrificed. She's just always getting into some naked ass trouble, isn't she? That's some good writing, Jack. Some good stuff. Yeah, more titillating stuff here. Always just ladies like tied up with in their lingerie or their like negligee, lingerie, underwear, it like half falling off and stuff. The 1930s. Getting to the end. Here is again from a thrift store, trade paperback of Daredevil Born Again. Kind of good find. I have these in the single issues now, but I do prefer it in the single issues because this kind of coloring looks better on the newsprint in my opinion. So I'm not sure if I'll keep this one or put it in the like for sale bin because it is a little bit hard to piece this all together in single issues. But yeah, a fun read, right? Classic. Here's another classic or oldie, Richard Wagner's Ring of the Nibelung, adapted by P. Craig Russell and Laverne Kinzierski, I guess, doing the coloring. Somebody named Mason, I guess, doing the inks. So, this is kind of like some inspiration for Lord of the Rings, even. I think Tolkien studied this. Yeah, Wagner. If you've watched Aliens, I guess David likes this opera as well. But some ancient kind of like Norse and Germanic mythology. Fun stuff to read, but I don't know if it'll stand up or hold up to the Gil Kane adaptations of The Ring of the Nibelung. Those are like outstanding and kind of like adult rated maybe. I don't want to say they're not gratuitous though, but epic kind of heavy mythology, I guess, does have a little bit of sex and violence and like that kind of thing. Say if it was like the Greek stuff, and in the Gil Kane, there is like it seems like there's more of that, but it is done really well and tasteful. Here's some Sigmund and what's her name? Brunhilde, right? Some Odin, old one eye there. Yeah, so this might be cool, but I doubt it will compare to the Gil Kane because the Gil Kane Ring of the Nibelung is fucking amazing. Not to besmirch this though. Okay, lastly, very lastly for this video, these are just from a local auction for $1 each. This was kind of a good deal, so I was like, yeah, I'll get an extra copy of Black Hole. I forget which number this is. It doesn't say it on the cover, but there was also an issue of Juxtapose magazine that used to have this as as a two-page pull-out poster without the title. Kind of cool. Nice coloring, of course. The color, of course, gives it that kind of hot sexiness. You'll see that is a hint of yellow in this red or pink, if you might call it that, as well, which gives it that extra warmth. And yeah, maybe you could call it sex appeal or something. That this shade of red. Manny Coon would say that shade of red that makes you hot. Good old Manny Coon. Mickey Splain's Mike Danger #1 with the Frank Miller cover. Yeah, and Max Allen Collins on the writing. Nine Rings of Wu-Tang #0. Who knows what this is, but a Wu-Tang Clan comic book. Some scantily clad chick on the front. I don't know what that has to do with Wu-Tang, but it could be trash, but interesting or novel, at least. Very last here, the Mike Mignola issue of X-Force is X-Force #8. Yeah, so I'll just flip through this a little bit and show some Mike Mignola. And while saying that, say thanks for watching, guys. Just thought I would do a quick video before some bigger ones. Hopefully my voice is better before the bigger ones. Coming soon. Yeah, and check that Dollarama store, or if you have a store equivalent, regularly, because that's from like, basically every time I go in there to get something that I need for the house or anything, I just quickly look at the magazine rack, and that's from like years of looking at it that I found those. There's always some weird stuff there. Yeah, so also like and subscribe and all that stuff. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching though, and yeah, nice to hear from you if you care to comment. But yeah, more videos coming soon. Take care out there. Bye.